30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comers with the it factor. It's the Jazzy K Ward coming at ya. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Tune in, chime in, sit back, relax. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs.
What's up, everyone? Welcome. Happy Monday, and welcome to another edition of Artist Talk. I'm your host, Jazzy K Ward. Hope you had a great weekend. The new month has started, right? So, of course, we just got over Black History Month. And, of course, Black History Month should be every day, and not just for the month of February, right? So thank you so much for joining me tonight, wherever you are across the world. Thank you for welcoming me, allowing me to be in your homes, wherever you are. But don't forget, before we get started, go over to K Ward Radio on YouTube. Yep, over there. Yep, over there. And make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell so you can get all the notifications about the great show, my great guests that are on the show, and subscribe to kwardradio.com. So tell your mom and them, your auntie and them, your cousin and them, your frenemies and them, everybody in them. You know how we do it. And sometimes it just takes a second. Just go over there and hit the like button. That's all it does. That's all it does. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a special treat. This brother, Barry Brewer Jr., he's on the show because he has that it factor. And we're going to have an up-close and personal conversation. He's a comedian. He's an actor. He's a writer. He's a producer. And I'm so excited to be able to have him on the show tonight. So go ahead and share the video, but let's give him a lot of love and welcome him to Artist Talk.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, Barry? How are you, my brother?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Well, you look like you're just kind of chilling out over there, but I know you've been working hard.
Man, I've been working hard, man. Blessed, thank God, man. Just getting off set. So I got the little get off set look like, took all the clothes off and come home and relax, jump in the shower and do it all over again tomorrow.
Right.
Yes,
so
sir.
Can you tell us, if you can you tell us, is there something new you're working on?
No, this is the second season of a show called Games People Play on BET.
Oh, I heard of that.
Lauren London and Saronis Jackson and a plethora of other people.
So you're going to be on the show?
Yes. The first season is already out. It's on BET Plus and it premiered on BET Network. I play a character called Eric Rowland, which is one of the lead's boyfriend. And I'm an IT guy. I'm like a nerd. And it's like a mystery murder basketball series. Okay. So if you haven't seen it, it is on BET Plus to watch the first season starring Lauren London. That just blessed. They got pushed back because of COVID. So they were supposed to film a year ago, the second season, but COVID knocked that out. So now we're filming season 2.
Okay. And of that show, is your girlfriend or is the writer of the show?
Is my
Did I?
girlfriend the writer of the show, or is she a
Uh-huh.
writer on the show?
Is she a writer on the show? That's what I mean.
Yeah, she's a writer. Yep, she's like a hot topics type of journalist. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you
Okay.
know it. You must know the show.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's a great show, Barry. It's a great show. But
Thank you.
I'm
I
so
love.
excited to have you. Hey, my friend Castella,
Hey,
uh,
Castel.
national recording artist Castella out of California. She said
Pleasure.
one funny man. He definitely. Hey, my bestie is on, Nicole Walden. We
Hey,
got New
Nicole.
Jersey in the house.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that. It makes me feel so good to hear people that I may have not met or performed for live,
Mhm.
seeing my stand-up special and enjoying it so much. So I appreciate all of that, like, greatly.
Yeah, I mean, every we're going to talk about that later about Barry's his comedy special, Chicago, I'm Home. But just for everyone, Barry, that's watching tonight, and for those who go back and catch the replay, can you just tell me? I mean, I know you're from Chicago, but could you tell us just a little bit about yourself for those who are new to you?
Yes, definitely. I'm definitely from the south side of Chicago. That's very I'm very proud of that. Thank you for following me, Castilla. Um, I'm very proud of that. More about me, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a Christian. Um,
You know what
I'm
they say
doing,
when everybody say they are Christian.
yeah. Well, I guess at the end, if you say "serving well done," we'll know, right? They'll know.
Yeah, that's
A
true.
good
That's
Christian it was, but
a good.
yeah, I'm just a entertainer by profession. I have a
Mhm.
lot of different talents that I've been fortunate to have. So musically inclined, I do music, sing, write, piano. Um, Stand up comedy is one of my favorite things to do, and being an actor.
Right.
Um, I consider myself thank you, Gerald. Um,
Hey, Jerry.
is it Gerald?
Yeah, you're
Okay,
good. Yeah.
my bad, Gerald. My bad. Black people, we got different ways of spelling our names. That J threw me, but yeah, man. Yeah, I know. Just hearing me talk about myself sometimes it get I don't like it, but it's what I do. It's for the
Right.
industry I'm in. So oftentimes you have to speak of yourself. But yeah, I do all those things. I'm a lot of different things. I'm sure more things that I haven't named, but yeah, that's who I am for the most part.
Okay.
In
Well, I mean,
public.
I think that's a good thing, Barry, because we all, you know, we get out here and we grind for things that we want to do, but it's good that you also have to have things that you can fall back on, just
Yeah,
in case, say, hey, the acting career doesn't quite go the way you wanted to go. I mean, your music, writing, your stand up, all that.
yeah, it all works together. I believe that all of it gonna work for the good. So, however it
It's,
works.
it's, it's, it's definitely going to do that. And just going back a little bit, Barry, last year, March, I don't think any of us were prepared for this pandemic that we're still in. It's been a blessing, it's been a curse to some, even for me. You know, things that I have been working on for years, I kind of put on the shelf a little bit,
Yeah.
procrastinating with some things. But just for you, your family, how have you all been doing or even navigating through this process?
Yeah, it's been a journey for everybody. I think a lot of people have different experience. For me, I've really tried to take the positive, taking the rest, the break, taking the opportunity to spend more time with my family.
Right,
A lot of people be on the go. I know myself, always on the move, always on the go.
right,
Always, hey, hi and bye to family. So really taking this opportunity to just sit and enjoy each other, be grateful for. I think this pandemic has shown you to be grateful for the small things that even your
right.
career or the small things you love to do can be going like that. So just really the positive side of things, just trying to enjoy each other's time. That's really what I found myself doing. And you know, sadly, all the lives have been going, even appreciating life that much more. So that's what I've been doing in that
That's right.
time, focused on.
Right. So did it also give you a time to like your creative process? You know, what is your creative process like when it comes to writing? Because I'm sure before then, I mean, the hustle and bustle, you're busy in and out of airports. It, is that a time that it gives you that creative time that, like, I always wanted to ask, like, comedians, do you are if you're sitting there, I'm just saying in an airport or restaurant, do you people watch and watch people and be like,
I do. I definitely people watch. During pandemic, no, I wasn't as inspired by as I mean, I was trying to get comedy and I was coming up with moments, but I can't say it was an inspiration because I really wasn't going anywhere and seeing anything. You know, there was moments in my house I did write some jokes and that was inspired, like telling my son to go take a shower, him feeling like, what I do wrong? Like, I'm like, this is not a punishment. This is something you need to do. What's wrong with you? So, like, you know, kind of seeing that experience and making that, bringing that to the stage, I definitely learned that during the pandemic. But definitely in the airport or in those moments, I often run into instances where I am inspired because people are funny, and real life is just, you can't, it's nothing more funny than what's true, right?
right,
I think we all laugh our hardest at things we've even seen or relate to. We laugh like it's just, oh my God, so funny when it's real. So
right.
I definitely try to just, you know, find those instances in life and bring them to the stage.
Yeah, you know, even like when I watch you on shows and your comedy, it's like you can relate to you. And I was gonna say you're like somebody you grew up with, your cousin or some, you can just relate to Barry. You know, and
Oh,
when I was watching your comedy, I thought about my cousin Derek in Ohio. And I said, they kind of remind me of each other. And, I was thinking about some things we did like in our childhood. And, just going back a little bit in your childhood, were you just always funny? Did you have that aunt or uncle that, the family reunion, you always have that jokester?
yeah.
Is that where you get some of that from? Or was there inspiration, right?
Yeah, I definitely think I got it from my mom's very funny. My dad is funny as well. Everybody thinks he's crazy, but my mom is really funny, but she's not funny whereas she tries to be funny. She's just hilarious because she's honest and like straight, forward. And so people just be dying laughing at her. Still today, I laugh so hard at my mom. Um, so I definitely can say I got it from that.
Okay.
I was the kid that loved to laugh and loved to be in a fun moment. So my grandma, I remember her calling me Giggles because she's like, you always giggling, like everything ain't funny. And I remember her saying that because I look forward to opportunities to laugh. Like that was very important to me as a child. So from
Okay.
watching comedy movies to me and my cousins cracking jokes to watching Martin, Jamie Foxx, Ill Living Color, Family Matters, with Steve Urkel, like just growing up trying to find every moment to laugh. So I didn't know that I would be the one to minister in that way or give those jokes or do my thing in that way. But, obviously that's why, because I loved it. I love it. Even today, like I am a fan of the art. Like I love comedy. Like I'll sit here. I traveled in the other day and I was watching Shaq's All Star.
Right.
The one with Lavelle Crawford hosted and it's Coco Brown, K Dub.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, that one. I was sitting there just crying, laughing, crying, like sitting there by myself,
Right.
laughing so hard. And these are some of my people I work with, but I was just sitting here just enjoying myself, like really enjoying myself. So I think I've always been like that as a kid. So it's grateful. I'm grateful because I think some kinds of comics get bitter and they don't appreciate and just can't sit there and enjoy comedy because they do it. But I'm still a fan.
Right. And I was thinking about, we had a question when I was thinking about your comedy special, Chicago I'm Home, and Nicole said, do you have any new comedy specials coming up? Because you need a follow-up from Chicago I'm Home.
I appreciate that. My own hour special will be coming out at a later date, because it takes time to really put them jokes in the oven to be strong with my hour special. But I did produce two comedy specials that are me plus 3 other comics on each one of them. It's called The Next Generation of Stand Up, and I'm hosting that, and that will be coming out on Black Oak TV, which is a new streaming platform that just launched a few weeks ago. So that will be coming out, which I'm being funny. I'm hosting it. I'm doing new jokes, but it's not all me, like my hour special. But I am excited to do another one. And as the world is opening back up, I'm building new material and just excited, because I really take that serious. Like doing the hour specials, like, watching all the greats, the Eddie Murphys, the Dave Chappelles of today, the Kevin Harts, just really wanting to now, can I be as strong on this second one as I was on the first one? Can I try to hit that mark again or hit it further? Is that possible? So that's my goal. So I don't want to rush it, because our special, it's a lot of material, and it needs to be cooked, for sure.
For sure. I mean, I could definitely relate, because when I was watching the comedy special, I mean, some of the stories you were telling, especially the one that stood out to me, when you were talking about your mom with the bleach and Clorox in the water.
Yeah.
in the tub.
I hate that joke.
Because I can remember my mom, and I used to laugh growing up as a little boy. And, you'll wash the dishes, and your mom would put whatever in the water, and you'll let the water out, and she would say, "Boy, did you let my good dishwater out?" And I was like, so you think about those kind of things, Barry, and your comedy is so relatable. It doesn't, and I'm sure you are right, and it doesn't seem scripted. It's just natural.
Thank you, man. That's one of the important things to me. I can definitely credit that to my mom and just how she is. She's always been a real person. So I just, and this is in life, and I think it applies, and it kind of trickles over to comedy, like just trying to be as real of a person as possible, authentic of a person as possible in life. My mom always just say, don't straddle the fence. Be real, be one side of the name. Don't be, I'm gonna be this today and tomorrow.
Right.
And so I think as a comic, I've always appreciated, hey Gia, I always appreciated just that realistic, that relatability, that person, like you said, man, it just seemed like, and some people have, like Mike Epps, I believe, had that. It's just natural for him, it's just, I ain't even trying, so, I think that it's something you learn to get more comfortable with and develop. So I'm very grateful for that.
That's right. Thank you. So we have a question from Castella. She said, how do you remember all of your skits?
Ooh, so it comes from over time, like, and I think she's talking about like my stand-up, right? Like remembering all my jokes. Right. So over the years, that particular special was jokes that I had accumulated over 17 years of stand-up.
Okay.
So I did kind of write all the topics down that I wanted to touch. And in that joke, I've remembered it because I've created it over time, and I've done it over and over and over and over again. So I kind of knew how that joke goes. So now it was just about putting the topics in order and remember the topics and flowing through the topics and knowing when I get to this bit. And when I was doing my special, I tried to make everything flow and connect. I don't know if you noticed, but I was talking about church, then I was talking about dating in church, then I went into dating, right? And then, and then I just tried. So it's like a nice transition, so it just seems like a natural progression. But yeah, it's just about the consistency of doing it that made me remember it, and just doing it, a lot of times.
Right. Gerald said the date with the dude joke had him on.
I can stop. Gerald, yeah, that's one of my favorite jokes that people love. And it's a story that I combined of 2 stories that I put together and made that joke, because people like, is that true? Is that true? I'm like both. There's 2 stories of that story that's true. So I did go to a Lakers game. I went with a guy to a Lakers game, but he wasn't gay. And then I did hoop with another guy who we found out was gay. So that's how the 2 stories came together, because I put together, I'm like, what if it was him who I went and hung out with. How would that look? And that's how that joke became.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Gerald, so what was the hardest comedy club you ever had to play?
That's a great question. I would say, I'm probably not remembering all of them, but I would say it was a club in Edmonton, Canada. I went and performed in Dubai, and I thought that would be hard because I thought that, they wouldn't understand my jokes, but that wasn't the case. But Edmonton, Canada was a hard show because I just feel like it wasn't that. Yeah, it was just weird. It was a weird show. So, and that happens. I'm sure I have many of them. But if you're a comic, you're gonna run into those shows where they ain't feeling you. And I was early on coming up to headline, and I wasn't a name, so I'm pulling teeth early on in the show. I think I still won them over towards the end, but it was definitely a hard show.
Okay. Well, again, everyone, I'm your host, JAZZIE K. Ward. My special guest tonight is comedian, actor, producer, writer, Barry Brewer Jr. is with us tonight. Make sure you go over to barrybrewercomedy.com, check out his website. But what we're going to do now is show you a snippet of his comedy special, Chicago, I'm Here, right here on Artist.
Thank you so much.
Who you think he is? Eddie Murphy? I hate being by myself with my kids because I feel like everybody always asking, where's their mother? I hate that I'm not competent enough to raise him by myself. We be in the airport and he just be crying all the time. Where's his mother? Shut up, I got it. Leave me alone, lady. One time he was crying because he couldn't get a Snicker. He was crying, I'm like, boy, it's a Snicker. It's a Snicker. You a little black boy in America. You got a lot more to be worried about than a Snicker. Some people embarrassed that Trump their president. They didn't want to admit that, but he your president regardless. I know people like, he not my president, just like the people that was saying Obama not their president. You American, he your president. He might be, he like that mama that come to the school with the raggedy robe on and looking horrible, and you don't want to admit, they're like, that's your mommy. Like,
I mean, everybody, if you haven't checked out the comedy special, I watched it on Amazon Prime. Is where and where else can they see the special at, Barry?
Oh, thanks for asking that. They can also see it on Vudu. They can see it on Google Play. They can see it on Xfinity Cable. They can see it on it was on BET Plus, and it was on YouTube. You can also listen or buy it off of iTunes. And there's an audio album and the video on iTunes, so you can purchase the full movie, or you can listen to the album, the audio version of it. Bananas and prune juice, yes. Bananas and prune juice. So yeah, it's on a few more platforms. So I think it's on Tubi. It's on a lot of other things, but those are some of the platforms you can find it on.
So I also wanted to, switching gears a little bit, like even with the comedy special, and I'm sure there's a lot that goes into putting on it's like an hour and 15 minutes. I think you were up there on stage, so is the audience, do they know before time that this is going to be recorded live? Do they know that ahead of time?
That show, yes, most of them knew. Some of them did not. I had a special guest, Molly Music, came and performed. And so a lot of people came to see him and didn't even know who I was, but they had to see me first because he came to perform after me because he was my guest. But that's how we packed it out. And he did me such a huge favor, really helped me sell out both shows. So I think some people was aware. I promoted it as a live comedy taping. So I think most people was aware, but everybody wasn't aware. But they knew it was a show that had comedy and had him on it. So some of his supporters came to see him, and we both gained new fans from that night.
Right. So when I go back and I always love comedy. Whenever I think about like Sanford and Son, Red Fox, and I think about
Great shows.
other comedians like Richard Pryor and Jamie Foxx and Kevin Hart. Barry Brewer is like right up there with them. I mean,
Thanks.
again, it's just a natural flow. But when you think about comedy, Barry, and somebody watching this platform, in this entertainment business, I'm sure you've been in it a long time. I'm sure it's not easy.
No, it's
And
not.
even people knowing your name, you probably like when you go after other roles, do you always have to audition?
At this point, I am still auditioning for every role that I've ever had or that trying to get right now. I am still auditioning. I haven't gotten to the level where I'm just getting offers like a Denzel or Will Smith or, a Jamie Foxx or Martin Lawrence or Kevin Hart, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I'm still auditioning. I auditioned for every show I've gotten thus far, and very blessed to get it because it's a lot of great, talented people auditioning for them same roles.
Right. Yeah. And I even thought about your show that you did in 2017. You
Right.
produced your comedy special, I Don't Know the Rules.
Yes. So I Don't Know the Rules is the same special as Chicago I'm Home. Originally, it was called I Don't Know the Rules, and I changed it to Chicago I'm Home. So there's actually the same special. I
It's the same.
originally called it a different name. Yes. And so
Okay.
early on, I was doing press around it, and towards the end, right before I filmed it, I changed the name of it.
You changed the name of it. And
Yes.
also the new show, Bruh, which I've seen the entire season one. And Gerald, I guess he beat me to it. I was how did that show come about? Because it is mad funny. And you and Sandra Pirelli, your mom, she is off the chain.
She is definitely off the chain. Shout out to her because she's just an amazing actress and person outside of her profession. I auditioned for it. I did find out later on that Mr. Perry or somebody in his camp saw some of my work online and thought to give me and some of my other guys a chance to audition for the role. So I went through the natural steps of auditioning from the casting director to the producers to in front of him, and I booked it, and I was so grateful.
Right.
I can't even put into words how grateful I am, but yeah, so that's how I got that.
Right. So the character you play on this show, Barry, can you relate to him at all?
Oh,
Any?
very much so. The person that's trying to find his way, how he fits in the world, how he fits in, as it relates to his friends, his dating life, his mom, how she's like all of those things I can definitely relate to at some point in my life for sure.
Right. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna show a real short clip of Barry on the show, Bruh, on the BET show.
The Michael.
What up, man? What up?
Now this is what I'm talking about.
Why she always touching me?
Man, that is nasty. They've been your friends since college.
I feel like Regina could have been the one.
We are getting married next month.
Please just call it off.
Are you catching feelings?
Ain't she the side piece?
You want to talk about the contract over some drinks? All he has are side pieces.
I know you still want me. I can see it in your eyes. I see it through your pants.
You're so beautiful. I was wondering if I could take you out.
I don't think so.
You big sandwiches.
Let's get it. We the bros, like bros.
I love, bro.
So what are you doing here?
I need a prescription.
For what?
Weed.
I can't do that.
Okay. You wanna check my chest?
They did such a great job with that trailer. I was just so entertaining. That trailer is very engaging.
Yeah, I could imagine being on that set. I'm just like, so how do you keep your composure just without like laughing all the time?
I can't. Like, no, not at all. Like, especially the second season we did, I was laughing hysterically, like I couldn't stop. Hey, LeBaron, how are you, sir? Yeah, like
LeBaron, I mean, wow, what a great show. And but Barry, how can our listeners and people watching, how can we continue to support you, my brother, in your acting, comedy?
Yes, thank you so much. Well, if you can just, definitely if you haven't seen my stand-up special, it's on Amazon Prime and a lot of other platforms. Like I said, Vudu, Google Play, um, iTunes is everywhere. If you can check it out, that would definitely be a great support. I also have a clothing line called Only Believe. You can find my clothing line at onlybelieveapparel.com. It's just about believing. That's my thing. Only believe. Like if in your dreams, only believe. So it's just a positive model. We have joggers and t-shirts and
Okay.
things like how I like to wear leisure. I was wanted to be an athlete. I wanted to go to the NBA. So I still kind of my style. I dress like I'm an athlete, but
Right.
check out the clothes if it's something you like. Please, support. That would be a great support. And just when you see me post, to share, like, comment,
Right.
please follow me. And that's how you can support me. And I'm always grateful for all the support that I can get. And anybody that likes, shares, or comments, or do anything, watch any of the things I'm on. That's a great support. So please, if you can continue doing that, I'm so grateful. And I'm grateful at every level. So as I continue to climb this ladder, I won't forget it. So when you say, "Hey, I watched you back then," I'm
Right.
gonna be very grateful for that.
That's right. So everybody, thanks so much, Nicole. Make sure you go over to
Nicole.
barrybrewercomedy.com. It's apparel company and support onlybelieveapparel.com and purchase something for your mama, your auntie, your cousin, them, everybody. Just just
Yes,
just get a little something for everybody, right?
please
So,
do.
Barry, before I let you go, my brother, again, I just want to tell you thank you so much. Uh, Out of your busy schedule today. I know you've had a busy schedule, but I appreciate you taking the time to come and chat with me on the show. But one last question I did have for you. Someone watching this, young man, young woman, like, wow, I want to do what he does.
Yes.
Can you what's the best advice that you've been given or that you can share? Any words of wisdom for someone
Uh,
that wants to follow in your footsteps?
I absolutely love to share it. I love sharing it. I love this part. It's one of my favorite parts. I would just want to encourage them to know, first of all that you have ever dreamed to be and more. If it's anything you've seen in my success or anybody you've ever seen, that it's possible for you. That's one thing I want people to understand. Sometimes I think that because we don't resemble or have the same type of style, or we're not, maybe our maybe whatever you're trying to do as a singer, maybe you don't run, maybe maybe you ain't animated like a comic, or maybe you're not this, or maybe you don't look like this person. Like, what's for you is for you. I would just encourage them to look within themselves and anything that they're really wanting for themselves. What are you doing to get there? Sometimes we feel like we don't have enough. We don't have certain resources. Nobody knows us. I live in this place. Nobody is on what I'm on, so I can't. It's like all of those excuses. What are you doing to help yourself get to what you say you want?
Right.
Are you maximizing everything within your power to help you get to your dreams? So when you say, man, hey, I want to be like you, or I want to do what you're doing, my question is, what are you doing right now with what you have for me to believe that, right? Like if I say,
Right.
hey, I want to be an actor, and I ask you, okay, what have you done? You're like, oh, no, nothing. Oh, okay, you don't want to be an actor.
Right.
If I wanted to be an actor, I'm going to get some headshots. I'm trying to act in anybody's little movie, any little. Hey, I wrote a little film. I did. I shot it with my phone. I did a play at the church. They was doing a play about Jesus on Christmas, and I was Jesus. I did that. And okay, now that person is starting to use what they have, and it might
Right.
not be grand. It might not be a big deal to you or anybody, but it's what you got. And so work that, and you'll be surprised how much of a blessing those things will open up other doors for you to do bigger things and to continue to move on. And that's my testimony for real. Like everything I've had as it relates to TV has been because of the efforts I did before I got the opportunity. I met Robbie Reed, the show I'm on right now, and I'm gonna say this: games people play. I wrote my own short film.
Okay.
I premiered my short film at this little indie night where people showed that short film. Robbie Reed, one of the biggest black casting directors, was there.
Okay.
I shot my movie for $1,500. I didn't have no idea, excuse me. I didn't have no idea of where it would go. I just said, hey, I want to be an actor. Let me start writing my own stuff. I'm not going to wait for somebody else to believe in me, or I'll be waiting all day.
That's true.
So I started to create it. And from that, Robbie was there. She was impressed with my casting. I developed a relationship with her, got an audition, and and things started to go from there. But the thing I want to understand, I want to express that I didn't get through her as an actor. I met her as a filmmaker, and I got an acting opportunity. So I probably wouldn't have ever met her if I wouldn't have created my own film with my own money, with no real win. Like I didn't have like, oh, I'm gonna sell this movie. I didn't have nowhere for it. I just said, hey, this is what I want to do. I'm gonna start creating my own. And so I've learned that formula is a formula that will always help you and progress you in all that you want to do. So that's my 2 cents that I would give. And because I just really want people to get to their dreams. I think so many of us have excuses about life that will be there, and we don't want to take the chance and believe and have the faith to go after it. What if I fail? What if you win?
That's right.
What if I don't make it?
Fail, get back
what
up.
if you do?
Right.
Have you thought about that? And if you fail, what you got to lose? I'd rather say, hey, I tried and I know it don't work.
That's right. You have to
wonder what if. I would never wonder what if. I will never wonder what if. I will always know. Oh, that road. Oh yeah, I went all the way down there till I hit the end. It wasn't nowhere to go. I came back, but I know for sure I can't go down there. You know what I mean? Like, so that's my 2 cents.
I mean, what great inspiration! But like you said, I mean, you have to do the work. And everyone. My special guest tonight, comedian, actor, producer, writer, Barry Brewer Jr. And also, don't forget to check out, I love your Motivational Mondays that you do.
Thank you.
So make sure you follow him on his Facebook page. And where else can we follow you? IG, Twitter?
Yeah, Barry Brewer Jr. on all platforms. YouTube channel, IG, Twitter, Facebook fan page where I post my content at. Barry Brewer is just a regular Facebook page, but my Barry Brewer Jr. is my page that I post all my content on. Snapchat, Barry Brewer Jr. I don't be on Snapchat. They saying I got to get a TikTok. It's just too many platforms. I don't. But I'm Barry Brewer Jr. on everything. And again, Jazzy, I just truly appreciate this opportunity, man. Thanks so much.
I appreciate it, my brother. But hey, come back on the show anytime. If you want to do a 2 or 5 minute stand-up comedy, something, just come back.
Okay, deal.
Okay, brother. Take care. Thank you so much. And we'll catch you next time, okay?
Thank you. God bless.
All right. Good night. Wow, everyone. You're just a comedian, actor, Barry Brewer Jr. Don't forget, you need to check out that comedy special. I tell you, Chicago, I'm home from the beginning to the end. It just will have you laughing. Again, thank you for everyone for all of your support. Thank you for your comments of the show. But don't forget, go over to K Ward Radio, right? I'm going to say that again. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. All you have to do is click the bell, ding, right over there. So you get the notifications about the show, kwardradio.com. Subscribe. Your email address for WKRWDB is coming soon. And don't forget, check out my girl, Castella Mojito. Her new single is out, is slamming. Go support her. She is all that in a bag of chips. She has that it factor. K Ward Radio, any artist, submit your music. You would like to be on the show. All of my contact information is listed there. Anyone that wants to support the show, my PayPal, Cash App, all that jazz is listed there. You know, Barry Brewer, I can tell you, this brother definitely has that it factor. And if you don't know him, shame on you. Thank you all so much. I'll be back again this Thursday night for another great show and another show on Friday and Monday and all that jazz. Just busy. Thank you so much for the love. Have a good night. Remember, don't forget to take care of yourself and be kind to others. Good night.
A live one-on-one conversation, 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comings with the it factor. It's the JAZZIE K Ward coming at ya.